What's up YouTube? Vanisher here, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm back on duelingnexus.com and I thought I might just bring back a deck which I named humbly Memories. I love this deck. It used to be my favourite deck and I have won a fair amount of games with it, but I have not won any tournaments with it. Most of my hands ended up bricked, but at the end of the day I did come across, just updated the deck and stuff like that, took a few useless cards out, threw some better cards in. The deck was initially 37 cards when the new 2018 ban list hit, so I just decided, screw it, I'm going to throw a Dark Armor Dragon in by taking out an Illusory Snatcher. I'm going to throw an Obelisk in here, and I'm going to throw a trade in here after taking out the Monarch Stormforth. So here's what the deck looks like on paper. Here's what it is, profile-wise. Starting off with the monsters. 3, Edia, the Heavenly Squire. He special summons a monster with 800 or less attack from the graveyard if you... Sorry, no. From the deck. I beg your pardon. So you can use her to special summon Eidos, the Underworld Squire, from the deck, which I have 3 of here. Which grants you an additional tribute summon this turn. Essentially an additional normal summon. Or you can just use Edia, the Heavenly Squire, to bring out Isha for defense. Two copies of Isha. If your opponent controls 2 or more cards in the spell and trap zones, you can special summon this card from your hand. Barrier Statue of the Heavens. This card here, by the way, doesn't really matter if you have any spell or trap cards in your spell and trap zone. You can still pop this card off. Sorry. 1 Barrier Statue of the Heavens prevents special summoning except of light monsters. So you can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon Edia, but you can't special summon Isha with this card's effect. Next we have a single copy of the Stalos. Randomly discards 1 monster from your opponent's hand, or 1 card from your opponent's hand, and if it is a monster, they take damage equal to its level times 100. Next we have 2 copies of Mobius the Frost Monarch. This is basically a twin twister of the deck. We then have 3 copies of Riser, the Storm Monarch. Allows you to target a card on the field and place that target on the top of the deck. Or send an extra deck monster back to the extra monster zone. 2 copies of Caius the Shadow Monarch. Banish a monster your opponent controls at the tribute summon of this card, and if it is a dark monster, they take 1000 damage. 1 copy of Aether the Heavenly Monarch. Allows you to tribute a monster you control, I believe. You can tribute summon this card by tributing 1 tribute summon monster. If this card is tribute summoned, you can send 2 Monarch spell or trap cards with different names from your hand or deck to the graveyard. And if you do, special summon 1 monster with 2400 or more attack and 1000 defense from your deck, but return it to the hand during the end phase. Okay, during your opponent's main phase, if this card is in your hand, you can banish 1 Monarch spell or trap card from your graveyard. Immediately after this effect resolves, tribute summon this card. This is a quick effect. Okay, she can quick effect tribute summon herself from the hand, which is amazing. Very broken. Love this card. 3 copies of Erebus, the Underworld Monarch. Sends two Monarch spell or trap cards randomly from your deck to... Well, not randomly, match your choosing, from your deck to the graveyard. To select and shuffle 1 random card in your opponent's hand into the deck or on their field. And you can banish a Monarch spell or a trap card to return this card to the hand. Or target a monster with 2400 or more attack in the graveyard and return it to the hand. Your choice. 1 copy of Illusory Snatcher. Card's broken. You can special summon this card from your hand if you tribute summon a monster. But you have to do that without having this card on the field. 1 copy of Dark Armor Dragon. Allows you to special summon this card from your hand if you have exactly 3 darks in your grave. 1 copy of Obelisk the Tormentor. I fucking love this card. Because you can protect him with March of the Monarchs. Prevent him from being affected by anything. 3 copies of Tenacity, the Tenacity of the Monarchs. Allows you to add a Monarch spell or trap card from your deck to your hand by revealing a Monarch. With 2400 or more attack and 1000 defense. 1 copy of Trade-In, just in case if you need the extra 2 cards. I don't think you'd particularly mind discarding an Erebus to activate this card's effect. 1 copy of the Monarch Stormforth. Card's broken. You can bring it back with the Prime Monarch constantly. Your deck, that is. Shuffle 2 cards from your graveyard into the deck, then draw 2 cards that have Monarch in their name. 1 copy of Pantheism of the Monarchs. Card's broken. You can banish this, activate this card. Send 1 Monarch spell or trap card from your hand to the graveyard, draw 2 cards. You can banish this card from your graveyard, reveal 3 Monarch spell or trap cards from your deck. Your opponent chooses 1 for you to add to your hand, and you shuffle the rest back into your deck. Basically, it's a Pot of Duality, but for Monarch spell or traps. And it's a free Pot of Greed, which is broken. Love this card. Next, we have 2 copies of March of the Monarchs, protects your tribute summon monsters. And we have 1 Foolish Burial, and there is a particular combo that I will discuss with you guys on how to pull it off. Foolish Burial, you know, staple. Sends a monster from the deck to the graveyard. 3 copies of Domain of the True Monarchs. You can reveal 1 Monarch in your hand with 2800 or more attack. 2800 attack, and it becomes level 6 permanently, even if this card leaves the field. In your hand, that is. While you have no cards in your extra deck and you're the only player that controls a tribute summon monster, your opponent cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. If a tribute summon monster you control attacks an opponent's monster, it gains 800 attack during damage calculation only. This card's broken. That's why I love it. Once per turn, you can reduce the level of 1 monster with 2800 attack and 1000 defense in your hand by 2 until the end of this turn. Even after they are normal summon or set. And even if this card leaves the field. That's pretty impressive for a field spell. 1 copy of Escalation of the Monarchs allows you to summon during your opponent's turn. 3 copies of the Prime Monarch. You can banish a Monarch spell or trap from your graveyard to special summon this card from your graveyard as a normal monster. With the attribute of Light and an attack of Fairy. Sorry, with a type of Fairy. An attack of 1000, defense of 2400. So it becomes a wall and tribute fodder. And you can also shuffle this card back into the deck as usual with itself, except if it is face up in the spell and trap zone activated. Shuffle this, and of course any other Monarch spell or trap that's in your graveyard, including Domain of the True Monarchs, and draw 1 card. 1 copy of Dark Bribe and a copy of Solemn Warning. Couple of staples. You need that single trap negation, even though your opponent draws 1 card. And Solemn Warning to negate a special summon or a normal summon, or an effect that would state to special summon. So without further ado, guys, let's go check this deck out in action. Alright, here we go. Let's test out a deck whom I called Memories, shall we? Yep, I got the combo. Or not. Yeah, I kind of screwed up. Let me just do that again. Okay, nice. We have a full combo. Your opponent can't special summon. Basically, your opponent is cancelled out from special summoning from their extra deck right now. This is literally the full combo, but used with a level 6 tribute summon monster instead of a level 8. But it's the same deal. Be advised, this deck though is weak to the latest meta. This is what we want. We want our opponent to literally end us with that card. Let's try that again. Okay, perfect. We want to send Eidos to the graveyard. Now that we have Eidos in the field, the opponent can't really do anything at this time. Ooh, baby. This really hurts. Wow. It takes a single mirror force or a single drowning, a single storming, or a single quaking mirror force to end this deck completely. But you know, I did show off the combo that you can do with the Foolish Burial and Simple Eidos. I like this guy's name, the Dank Magician. Shoutouts to you, man. Well, shoutouts to you, sweetheart, if you're a female. Ooh. It looks like we actually win. I'm going to get a copy of this card and just wait a turn completely. Come on, dude. Don't be slow playing now. Okay, this is really easy. Hey, that's right, motherfucker. Thanks. The player can activate monster effects unless the number of monster effects that player has previously activated that turn is less than the number of monsters. Well, we win because the opponent fucking rage quits. But yeah, this deck's not very good in today's metagames, but if you get the right cards and you do the right thing and stuff like that with this deck can really pop off and do some really broken stuff. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be informed when I upload next. If you guys want to see more of my content, actually, no, major brain fart there. I already discussed that bit by saying hit the like button, give me a sub, and of course turn on that notification bell. If you guys want to check out my communities, there's a link in the description for my Discord. There's also a link in the description for my Patreon. Sorry, not Patreon. Facebook and Twitter. If you guys want to support the channel, I do have a merch store that's linked down below as well. Also linked down below is in fact my Patreon page, and of course my PayPal page if you want to donate to my channel. Without further ado guys, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. And have fun. Peace.